Hi guys, today is the 1st of January 2019. It's 1 minute past 9 in the evening over here in the UK, and 2018 has passed. And the first thing I want to do is give thanks to God for bringing us to this point. Moving forward, we are still in the year of the dog until February the 5th, when it moves on to the first month in the year of the pig. So until then, I can't completely relax in relation to the iPad Go 2 video. Supermoon, lunar eclipse, January the 20th, 21st. A lot of people are paying attention to this. Obviously, it's significant. Full moon, eclipse, blood moon, wolf moon, all of it has significance. However, before that, there's a partial solar eclipse, which is going to occur on January the 5th at 11:34 in the evening UTC time, moving on into January the 6th. It's not going to be visible across the world. It will only be visible in the North Pacific and Northeast parts of Asia, which include Beijing, China, I can't say the word, but it's in Russia, Seoul, which is obviously South Korea, so I'll put Korea as the whole, Taipei, and Tokyo. Now, it's the first three that are interesting to me, China, Russia, and Korea. When we look at an eclipse, a solar eclipse, it gets this effect once the full eclipse has gone by and it's starting to, move on. I can't remember all the names, pre-number or number of stages, but that to me also resembles a wedding ring, just a plain circle with a bright light at the top, which could be a diamond, which could represent or symbolically represent a diamond. And you look at the iPad Go video, and you've got the Korean peninsula, or at least the Chinese peninsula, Chinese tanks, reference to North and South Korea denuclearization. Then you've got the diamond ring on the finger, and obviously we've connected that to weddings such as Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, and various other things. But what if it's a symbolic representation of an eclipse of some kind, visible on the Asian peninsula? If that could be taken as an interpretation, then, as I've said, a partial solar eclipse will be occurring in 4 days' time on January the 5th, and will only be visible in that part of the world. So it may be that we're looking at January the 5th for around this time, and it may be significant, it may not, but obviously as the scene moves on, you get to see the references that we think are connected to New Year, the party favor, the fireworks, but also you've got 5 fireworks. So it could be 5 days after New Year's, which would be January the 5th, bringing us on to that time period. So a couple of things correlating there or corresponding. 5 fireworks, January the 5th, 5 days after New Year. We're on the Asian Peninsula. There's a partial solar eclipse, which will be visible in that region. That could be related to the diamond ring if we look at it in that symbolic sense. So January the 5th, keep an eye on that. Before that, we have January the 3rd, and obviously I think that's connected to the House, the Congress, the White House, whatever, something significant. And I say the House because whenever we've talked about this image in the past, we've always referred to it as the House. And if you think about that specifically, the House is a reference to Congress. So 1-3, January 3rd, the day Congress takes its, the new Congress takes its seat. Said this before, we'll see if anything happens, but again, at the same time, it could be referencing 1 and 3 as in 4, so the day after they take their seats, January the 4th. May have some significance. We've got 4 snowflakes, we've got 4 letters missing from the board, from the wall in terms of the alphabet. We've got 4 like missile warheads. The reference to 4 is, all over the place. So essentially what I'm saying here is January the 3rd, keep an eye out, anything happening in relation to the House, the Congress, the White House. Also, same thing for January the 4th, if nothing occurs, January the 3rd. And then you've got January the 5th, partial solar eclipse in the Asia region, which may be connected to what we're seeing there in terms of the Korean Peninsula. And beyond that, I already talked about January the 11th, which is what I'm getting from the Apple in here. 0 seeds, 1 seed, 01, January, 1 and 2, 11, or even 2. So, I mean, if that's the case, then that would flow in a linear timeline: January the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. So keep an eye on that, but also keep a reference to January the 11th as well. Again, as I pointed out before, same kind of thing at the end of the iPad Go 2 video, as the Antichrist is coming out and the church is being destroyed. 1 and 2, that could either reference 11 or the number 2, and then you've got 01, which I think references January. So either January 2nd, January 11th, not too sure. Considering this may be an S here, if I look and see if the 2nd or the 11th is a Saturday or a Sunday, that might give some correlations. 11th is a Friday, the 2nd is a Wednesday, so neither of those, but still keep eyes on it. In fact, it could even be an upside down J, to be honest. It could possibly be. Now, in relation to the church, I just want to quickly mention, because we've talked about Mount Etna erupting and possibly causing a tsunami in the Mediterranean region. Obviously, the home of the Catholic religion is there in Rome. So if something were to happen to the Catholic Church over there, for example, that may be the foretelling of the destruction of the church or Christianity, at least coming into that time period. So January the 2nd, January the 3rd, January the 4th, January the 5th, skip to January the 11th. Any dates beyond that, I already covered last year, so I won't be going over those again. You can just go back in the history of my videos to check out the dates that I've done for January and February beyond January the 11th. As I said, the year of the dog comes to an end on February the 5th, so any dates beyond that, I won't be looking at in connection with this video, because I'm 100% certain it's talking about the year of the dog for 2018, but the year of the dog continues until February the 5th, so keep an eye up until then. As I said before, hopefully nothing happens. Give thanks to God that we've come this far with nothing like that happening. Obviously, it's not going to be the same for everyone in the world. You know, people have experienced a lot of different things. Volcanic eruptions have killed hundreds of people. Tsunamis have killed hundreds of people. Earthquakes have killed hundreds of people. If any of those people were to be watching these videos, they would obviously believe that those times are upon us right now. But this video is clearly referencing the United States, the UK, China, North Korea, Russia. You've got India in here as well. So there's a lot of different countries that have been referenced where those events haven't yet taken place. So still keep an eye out for those. You guys, Happy New Year. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.